Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Friday. It's May 23rd. It's about 7:30 in the morning. We're going to be working on the 1973 Volkswagen thing you see behind me today. So what we need to do in a nutshell here is pull the exhaust off, the muffler piece. And what you can see it, I painted it when I first bought it. It's brand new. It's off a 74 Volkswagen thing, brand new stock exhaust. That's what it is. I need to unbolt it, pull it off. I have no idea how big a challenge that will be. Basically clean it up and repaint it. But paint it with some better paint than what I did. And prep it better and do all the things better than what I did the first time. I thought I did pretty good with it, but I didn't. I used, I might have used roll bar and chassis on it, PHT, I'm not sure. I could have swore I used engine paint for high heat engine paint, but I don't know. So this time I'm going to use exhaust paint or something to that effect that'll hold like 2,000 degrees without popping. We'll get some good primer that'll hold to that and see if we can't get some coats on it and get this thing paint it back up, let it dry, get it back on the car. Because right now it doesn't look too good. So that's what I'll be doing today. You will not be seeing Big Rod. No Big Ron today. My brother's newborn son's having his baby shower up in Cincinnati, so they're all headed up there. So you get me today. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'll probably, depending on how this goes, if this takes me a couple minutes, an hour or two kind of deal, then you'll see me doing some other stuff. I got some things I need to clean up and paint on the truck on Project Save Big Red. I've also got on the thing the shift boot to trim up to get it to fit better. I also have to pull the speedometer out, check the speedometer cable at some point. So those things might happen today. I'm not sure. We'll see. But for now, that's what we're going to do. So stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Okay, boys, exhaust is off. Wasn't too difficult. For some reason, it didn't dawn on me because I didn't really look at it. I just figured I'd pull the exhaust. But I was going to have to unhook here and here. I knew I had to do here. But long story short, those gaskets are pretty much cooked. So I need to get a gasket set before I can put this back on. But I'll get on the horn to thing shop or Mike and try to get all these gaskets in. But so we can put this thing on correctly. But so far, so good. I started scraping on it with a screwdriver. It's peeling off pretty quick. I know that the Bauer would take this off in a heartbeat, but I think I'm going to try a right angle with a couple scuff pads, gasket removing pads, and see if I can't get it with that. And get this back down and all cleaned up. And then I think I'm going to use Eastwood Metal Prep and just kind of hit this real quick, neutralize any rust, and then go back over it. So stay tuned, guys. That's where we're at. We got it off. It's 9:04 in the morning. Really hadn't worked on it that entire time, but you know, I think we're looking pretty good. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. I'll set you guys up once I figure out what I'm going to do, and you guys can watch me take this back down to bare metal, and then we'll prep it and we'll paint this thing, and it'll be ready to go back on once we get some gaskets. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, we have the exhaust off. This is what we're dealing with. Okay, some of this nastiness, so on. I've run into some challenges this morning. Okay, that is going to postpone some things a little bit. One, I'm going to need some gaskets. Okay, exhaust gaskets. That's number one. That I'm going to have to order. Number two, I've tried O'Reilly's, Advanced, and AutoZone in town, and none of them have the VHT header paint that goes from 1300 to 2000 degrees in gloss black. They have matte black, but they don't have gloss black. So I don't know if it exists, but I'm going to look it up on Amazon and whatnot, see if I can't find anywhere that sells something like that, and get it here, which might take a day or two. Now I can find the flame-proof primer, which definitely needs to go on here, but yeah, so there's that. So I spent probably 2 hours driving around, well, about an hour, driving around trying to find all that stuff all over town. So what I did find, Harbor Freight, our little gasket removing discs, medium grit, got them hooked up to our little right angle grinder, and I'm just going to mask up and whatnot and just go over this and see what happens, and see what I come up with. It just needs to be better than it is, and then get primed, paint it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it needs to be better, especially on this side here where you can actually see it. And yeah, so I'm gonna try to clean this up and get it on here. So hang tight and I'll be right back, and you guys can watch me do this. Alright boys, so got the exhaust up here, got it all cleaned up. It's way better than it was. So we have a little bit of a change. They do not sell, from what I can find, basically a header paint in gloss black. So we're gonna go with satin black, flat black. So that's the color, VHT. I'm going to prime it with their VHT flame-proof primer. It's good from 1300 to 2000 degrees. Same with the paint. And the paint's got silica in it. It's like a ceramic coating. So I'm going to set you up here. You guys can watch me spray this real quick. I'm going to prime it. I'm going to let it sit for about an hour. I'm just going to let it just do its thing. And it's 91 degrees in the garage. So it's going to dry. So we're going to let that dry for about an hour. And then I'm going to come back out here, turn this back on. You guys can watch me actually paint it. And then we'll see how that looks. And hopefully if it's good, tomorrow we'll reinstall it. I realize I'm missing one gasket, so that's not too terrible. And we'll go from there. But hang tight, boys. I'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. Alright, so you just watched me paint our exhaust to our 1973 Volkswagen thing. There she is right there. It's drying. I'm going to let it cure overnight. It is 90 degrees in the garage right now, so I'm guessing it's going to dry. So hopefully tomorrow I can put it back on. I do need to make a stop to pick up the gaskets that go here for the heat risers. There and there. I have one good one. I'm going to buy two just to have a spare. I'm going to swing by Fisher Buggies in the morning, I think, and pick that up. So here's your first look at the exhaust. I think it turned out pretty good. And mind you, it's drying, so if it looks a little, I don't actually see any wet spots, but I got two good coats on it. Should be plenty, and we'll get that done. Did not get around to doing anything else on the thing. Just been basically dealing with the exhaust. Had to drive my wife to work this morning, well, this afternoon, and then come back, and you know, that's an hour each way kind of thing, and just ate up most of the day, but we're getting there. Tomorrow I will definitely get to shifter boot, hopefully the exhaust, barring everything goes right, and maybe start working on that speedometer. I'm just going to keep working to get this as close as I possibly can for Louisville while I have time. Big Ron's in Cincinnati. Yeah, so I did get a notification today. The fuel injectors, the Bosch fuel injectors, the injector tubes, the valve cover gasket, and the rocker box gasket are all on their way. Physically have been shipped now and will be here between the 30th and the 1st of June. So 30th of May to the 1st of June. So next week. Which is totally okay. Some of you guys have been wanting to see more of the Apache. Totally get that. I'm going to be honest, I am in a dead sprint on the Volkswagen and on Ron's truck. And there's a couple reasons for that. So you guys, so we're all on the same page. Big Ron is going to Alaska in end of June. Okay, that is hurricane season. I need to have that cab on that frame on all four tires bolted down, sitting on the ground before that happens. So everything I can possibly do, both financially and physically, to get these pieces all done. And then, as you guys know, you know, July comes quick. It's end of May right now, almost the end of May. It's like 23rd, and before you know it, it'll be June, and then it's August, and we're sitting in Louisville, and I got to have that truck done and right, because it's going to tow the Volkswagen thing, and the Volkswagen thing's got to be right because I ain't taking it wrong again. So, but I want to get it right, and we'll have it there. It'll be sitting there all pretty with the top off, and right in front of the Cruising with Wings guy, the DJ there, where they got all the giveaway numbers and stuff. I figured, what better place than to put it right in front of everybody, right? So, if you're there and you've got a car there or anything else, you're probably cruising by that Cruising with Wings booth multiple times a day. There's no way you don't see this. And last year, I think there was only 2 or 3 there. I saw a yellow one, mine, and then somebody told me there was a blue one with flames that I did not end up seeing. I went looking for it, but I couldn't find it. But that's why. So, but I will tell you, I am running out of parts. So, as I run out of parts and things to do, I'm going to pull the Apache out. I'd like to get the driver's side door hinges installed. Get the door rehung, get the patch panel on the bottom and on the inside. I've got a ton of welding and grinding left to do. All of this still has to be ground down and finished welded and all the things. There's a lot of work to do. I got to get the gas cap patch panel in. I have that. You guys have seen that. So stay tuned. A lot more coming. We're not like giving up on the truck or anything. That's not what's happening at all in any way, shape, or form. But the big deal was to get that truck right and get this thing done so I can try to sell it and get that out of here, and then we'll be right back over here. So just stay tuned for that. So don't give up on us, it's coming. Before you know it, it'll be Apache time for sure. So stay tuned for all of that. And yeah, guys, I hope you're having a great night. I'm gonna call it here, push the thing in, and close up shop and have a beer. So I hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching Brown's Rod and Custom, and stay tuned tomorrow for the exhaust install.